So hard to figure out what to eat these days. There are so many conflicting messages. First you hear fat is bad, then fat is good. Eggs are bad, then eggs are good. It leaves us wondering, what the heck should I eat? That's the subtitle of Food, the latest book from 10-time best-selling author Dr. Mark Hyman. He's here today to help us debunk some of the myths we believe about food. Dr. Hyman, good to have you with us today. And there are so many facts in your book that will blow folks' mind. For example, number one, oatmeal. You say not really a healthy breakfast?
No. America's been eating dessert for breakfast for way too long. Donuts, bagels, muffins, and pancakes and French toast and you name it, cereal, breakfast cereals. It shouldn't be called breakfast, it should be called dessert. And oatmeal is a little bit better version of that, but it's still a starchy carb. And turns out in the research, when people consume that for breakfast, they're hungrier all day long. Their body creates a stress response, cortisol, adrenaline kick in, and your blood sugar and insulin spike. So it's not the same as eating an omelet. Calorie for calorie, the omelet's going to make you feel full, stimulate your metabolism, cut your hunger, and actually not make you hungry all day. So that's a different kind of food.
So for someone who loves omelets, I love hearing that. So let me ask you this. You say for people who are on the low-fat train, you say jump off. Why?
Absolutely jump off. Not my opinion, but now the 2015 dietary guidelines have finally, after 35 years of terrible advice to cut the fat, have told us not to worry about it anymore and eat as much as we want, and even said cholesterol in your diet is no longer a nutrient of concern, meaning no more egg white omelets, eat the shrimp, don't worry about it, because fat doesn't make you fat. Fat doesn't cause heart disease. In fact, it's the opposite. It's sugar and starch that do, and that's what we've been eating in America. 60% of our calories are pretty much sugar and starch. And that's the problem. It's not the fat.
All right, so let me ask you now about milk, because we've always been told that we need to drink milk for strong bones. But what does your research show?
Well, the Federal Trade Commission came down hard on the Dairy Council and even the National Dairy Health Promotion Board, which is a government organization, for the Got Milk ads, because they go, where's the proof? You got proof. And there was no proof. In fact, we know from the studies that dairy actually may increase fractures, that it can cause autoimmune disease, that it can lead to allergies and all kinds of digestive problems, that it's not nature's perfect food unless you're a calf, and that there's no evidence that we should be drinking 3 glasses of milk a day. The only evidence is that the government, the National Academy of Science's highest science body, has told us that the dietary guidelines are corrupt, that the guidelines are influenced by the Dairy Council. That's why we're told to eat 3 glasses of milk a day. There's no science behind it.
All right. Earlier you talked a little bit about eggs with the omelet and everything, but you also say eggs and butter are not the bad guys.
It's true. Gosh, we ate all these traditional foods for thousands of years, and all of a sudden they're bad, and we started giving all this processed food. But it turns out that we're shunning eggs because they have cholesterol. But as I said before, there's no longer any evidence, and there really wasn't to start with. It was an assumption that dietary cholesterol was bad for you. So eggs actually are the source of a whole new life, and if you eat farm eggs or pasture-raised eggs, not pasteurized, they actually are full of nutrients that are there for a new life, choline and B vitamins, lots of good fats, and it's really healthy food. And of course, it doesn't cause heart disease. There's a woman who would live to be 117 and she ate 3 eggs a day, about 100,000 her whole life. Maybe she would live to be 150. Who knows if she didn't eat eggs, you know? It's like we need to get serious about what the real food we should be eating is. If it's whole real food and it's not a new to nature molecule, then we're probably fine.
All right, so go ahead and give us a few more examples of what we should be eating then.
Well, it's pretty easy. You know, I often speak at churches and I say, you know, it's really simple. Ask yourself one question when you go to the grocery store. Did God make this or did man make this? Did God make a Twinkie? No. Did God make an avocado? Yeah. It's pretty simple. Even a fifth grader or 5-year-old could understand that distinction. And it's important that we just eat food that's real food. None of this food on this table is a problem. It doesn't have a nutrition facts label. It doesn't have an ingredient list. It doesn't have a health claim on the label. It's just food. And that's what we should be eating. We've gotten so far away from eating real food because of the fact that most of us live in a society where we're exposed over and over to toxic nutritional foods that are everywhere. And that's the problem. We need to take back our kitchens, take back our brain chemistry, take back our metabolism from the food industry and eat real, whole, fresh food.
Awesome. Some great information. We appreciate you for being with us today.
Of course. Thanks. Hope everybody gets the book. It's Amazon, Barnes & Nobles, and at your local bookstores. You can check out foodthebook.com for more information.
All right, so there you have it. Dr. Hyman's book, Food, What the Heck Should I Eat, is available now. And as he said, learn more online at foodthebook.com.